Hi everyone, my name is Caleb.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are Micaleb Goes West. And for the past 10 years, we have been blessed to travel all over the world. And not only that, but travel with some of the best friends you could ask for. And as we've been thinking about this during this time at home.
And not able to travel.
Exactly. We've realized that one thing that's been really key in our travels is something called the trip reveal.
Now, trip reveal, if you are not familiar, is a great way to build anticipation for a trip. Whether you already know your destinations or you are having your friends pick out a destination, the trip reveal allows you to make a fun way of picking your next place that you're going to go to.
So today we're going to walk you through some of our favorite trip reveals, our most memorable moments of the last few years.
And how it helps to build anticipation for your next trip.
So the first time we ever did a trip reveal was in the year 2016. We were in Cancun, Mexico with my parents and two of our best friends. Prior to the trip, Michelle and I decided that it would be a really good idea to come up with 5 different options for the next trip with two of our best friends. We had traveled with them extensively, and for us, it was really not about the destination with them, it was about the experience of having them with us. So we went to researching. We looked up countries, we made a PowerPoint, like we were middle school kids, and we put just pictures of every country on there. So the first night that we were in Cancun, we sat together with some beer, and we presented this to them, and we presented the 5 options, going over the unique characteristics of each country that we had presented.
And fun things to do in each country, great photo ops.
Food, everything.
Food is the most important.
Food is very important, yes. We went through that presentation with them, and then we gave them 1 week. At the end of the week, we were going to ask them to reveal what their choice was for our next adventure.
And while we were at the resort, we actually found a really neat way to incorporate part of the resort to our trip reveal. There was this giant map, the world map, on this huge wall. It took up this whole entire wall, and we decided to have them eliminate their choices one by one by using this world map.
So what we did was we took our 5 choices, we put it on Post-it notes, and then we actually put the Post-it notes on the world map. So Michelle and I stood in front of the world map. Our 2 friends came out, and one by one they asked us to remove a Post-it note. When it came down to 2 options left, it was between Scotland and Switzerland. And I will never forget that Jolene said,
I'd like you to remove Costa Rica.
"Are we going to Switzerland?"
We're going to Switzerland! Switzerland! We were so excited. It was like there was a buzz in the air. You could just feel the excitement. Caleb's parents, who actually weren't even going on the trip, his mom was so excited. She jumped up. She's like, "Woo!" And it was the coolest thing ever because the energy was just contagious.
Yeah, it was infectious. And I will be honest with you, our hearts were beating so fast. It was such a fun moment for our very first trip reveal.
And then, as usual, I started crying because I always cry.
It's a happy tear. It's about to be the choice.
I'm so nervous.
I am too. It's like we're going to prom. So the next time we had a trip reveal, we were actually on the trip in Switzerland. We had a 10-day trip with our friends Jess and Jolene, and the first night we were in Zurich, and we realized that they came to play. They really upped the ante on the trip reveal.
They absolutely did. So they presented us with a goodie bag full of trinkets. Each trinket was a symbol to represent a country to which we had a choice to go to. Some of those items were things such as
a bull
or a cigar. And we had to try to figure out which each of these trinkets represented. We had until the end of the night to do this. We worked together. I think we did a pretty good job. We got most of them.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, they presented us with a PowerPoint presentation of what those different choices were going to be. We had until the end of our Switzerland vacation to decide where we wanted to go. Now, it wasn't boring. We didn't just say, oh, we'd like to go to this location. Obviously, they had a whole plan in place for us. So they pushed us into another room and they set up this elaborate decoration. They put out this world map with all of the trinkets on it, and one by one we had to slowly eliminate those trinkets. So in the end we had 2 trinkets left, and we had them turn around and we laid the one trinket that we actually, for representing the country that we actually wanted to go to. It was this little beauty right here.
So if you weren't aware, that was Japan. Our next adventure is on there.
Japan!
We're gonna go to Japan.
Oh my gosh! You guys, I have goosebumps.
And it was a beautiful moment.
I remember we were all like, Japan!
Yeah. We just picked our next trip.
We're going to Japan!
We had champagne, we were popping bottles. It was a really cool thing, and I think what stands out the most is how they upped the ante was the use of these trinkets and the guessing game of like what trinket will be put down. So it was a really cool twist on the trip reveal.
The fun thing about it too is your friends try to guess your mentality and try to guess what you're going to choose.
Everybody's in on the guessing game, right? But everybody wins, and that's the cool part.
You guys, I have so many goosebumps. My hair on my arms is standing up.
So another type of trip reveal that you can do is actually called a trip proposal. Now this happened in Peru with 2 of our other best friends, Kira and Charlie. Caleb and I knew that we had this one specific place in mind that we really wanted to go to, and we absolutely wanted Kira and Charlie to go with us. So we decided that we would propose the trip to them.
Michelle and I had done research before, decided that we wanted to go to Africa for our 10-year wedding anniversary. So we created this like a brochure. We created our own brochure with pictures of South Africa and Botswana and Zimbabwe, and then we put it into an envelope and we marked it with their names. So as we're in Peru with our friends for a 10-day adventure, we were waiting for the perfect setting. And we were in a city called
Ollantaytambo, Peru.
My pronunciation is not nearly that good. So we were in this city in Peru, and it was perfect. We looked outside. It was a beautiful sunny day. We could see the mountains, and they were snow-capped, and we could see the sun was shining, and there was beautiful spring flowers. It was May, and we just thought, this is the place. So we asked our friends to meet us outside, and we sat at a picnic table in kind of the middle of a garden.
With beer.
With beer, Cusqueña, Peruvian beer, which I recommend. We sat down with them, and they knew something was coming. They just didn't know what was coming. That we had been hinting that we had something to give them. But at that moment, we said, hey, we have something that we would like to propose to you, and we slid them an envelope.
Oh, there's an envelope.
Already ready to go.
Oh my god.
Yes, please.
I'm in. This is gonna be so cool.
And right at that moment, we had the soundtrack ready. We played Africa by Weezer.
You wanna do it? Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
cheers. Love y'all. Isn't this cool?
Come here, bud.
Yep, I'm coming over.
This is so exciting. Thank y'all so much for inviting me. Oh my god. This is gonna be so cool.
Yeah, it made an already amazing trip even better because it automatically gave us something to look forward to.
We hope you've had fun with Micaleb Goes West and learning all about our trip reveals. As you can see, they are obviously very near and dear to our hearts. And we hope that you find the same joy in trip reveals that we have found. It doesn't matter where you're going, as long as you enjoy the people that you're going with and you have fun along the way. Building that excitement and that anticipation for a trip is all about the beauty of a trip reveal.
We would love to hear if you have some ideas for great trip reveals, great trip proposals. We're always interested. And if you like us, please like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are amateurs, I will go ahead and tell you.
Truth.
But we love talking travel, and we love talking about things that are near and dear to our heart, which are experiencing cultures, experiencing the world. So,
And food.
And food. So thank you very much for your time tonight, and we look forward to hearing your ideas for great trip reveals.